Om, Namaste, and hope everyone's having a beautiful evening. As promised, we're going to be talking about life experiences and how those experiences were turned into wisdom, which can be applied in daily life. This is done through understanding and analyzing a situation or a circumstance that occur on one's path and learning and growing from it. So, before we start, let's go through a couple of points. Point 1, I'm a highly spiritual being, and I was born with a certain set of skills. These skills I was not aware of and I did not understand how to utilize, but with time they started to become stronger and stronger. Without going into too much details about what they are, basically I am an intuitive empath, and being an intuitive empath, I am able to detect people's energies, energy body, and connect to it. And being highly empathetic, it means I can tune into how they're feeling or thinking, or past experiences or traumas they have been through. I believe these skill sets are acquired through many lifetimes of working on yourself and practice. And as you go in from one incarnation to the next, these skills, either you lose them through karma or you gain more momentum and they become bigger and much more pronounced in the human being. In my case, I am a highly spiritual person, and as such, my awareness allowed me to notice certain signs and situations or circumstances that kept reoccurring, which perked my interest, thus asking questions: where did this come from? How did I acquire it? And like I've said before, when you ask the question, then the mind will create the opportunities for you to walk certain paths in order to find these answers. And indeed, I did when I found the path of yoga. It answered many profound questions. The reason for this introduction is to make you understand that we are all connected. We are all one. Even though we are living individual lives and we think that we are individual thanks to our ego personality that likes to separate itself from the rest of the body. The body, which is made out of 4 different entities, being the physical body, the emotional body, and then the mind, which is split into 2. We have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind, which can be referred to as the Atma, the spirit, the soul, the inner teacher, the higher self. It has many names. It also has the name in science as the subconscious. When these 4 bodies become unified and work in harmony, they begin to radiate in the electromagnetic field of the body, balance, beauty, and the ability to acquire many different, what we call supernatural skills. When the human being begins to work on themselves in order to understand who they are, in order to understand the different koshas inside the body, the different parts of the body and why it works in the way it does, and how can it be utilized to its highest potential, that is when the connection starts to happen. And the most important connection is between the mind and the spiritual body, the spirit body or the subconscious mind, to understand how each of these work and how we can utilize it to our highest benefit. This is necessary in order for us to manifest our desires, our dreams, and in order to attract the right experiences and people towards us. Meaning, the first step in order to attract the right partner is to connect internally with your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual body. And this connection will create a harmony where you start to understand what it is that you want in the human being, what it is that you don't want, and then begin to analyze all your past experiences, whether it is circumstances, situations, or people in relationships, in work, wherever it is. You start to understand their purpose. Why did the situation happen or circumstance begin to unfold? Why did this person cross your path? Everything that happens in our universe happens for a very specific reason. Either, and I've said this before, to wake you up, to make you realize your inner power, your inner potential, to make you understand what you want and what you don't want from a situation or a person, and to allow you to transform into a better version of yourself. So they either come in as a teacher, and normally any lesson is hard and requires contemplation, and then it requires a person to take a step back and look at the whole situation from the outside to try to understand the whole meaning of the lesson and why it occurred. No matter how painful that lesson is, the most important thing is to understand the more painful it is, the more powerful you become as you overcome it and understand the message behind it. Now,